Okay, good day everyone. Today, I am going to present about the Open Systems Interconnections model, or commonly known as the OSI model. Okay, so question, what is OSI model? Okay, the OSI model is a conceptual framework developed by the International Organization for Standardizations, or ISO. Okay, it is used to describe how data is transmitted from one device to another over a network. Okay, before the OSI model was introduced, different systems had difficulty communicating with each other because they followed different standards. So, the OSI model was created to provide a standard structure consisting of 7 layers, where each layer has a specific function. Okay, so these are all the 7 layers. Okay, first layer, we have a physical layer. Okay, the physical layer is the first and lowest layer of the OSI model. It is responsible for the actual physical connections between devices in a network. Okay, this layer deals with the hardware components that allow data to be transmitted from one device to another. Okay, second layer, we have data link layer. Okay, this layer is responsible for node-to-node delivery of data. Okay, it ensures that data is transferred correctly between two directly connected devices over the physical layer. Okay, this layer organizes raw bits into frames and makes sure that the data reaches the correct device. Okay, next, we have the third layer, the network layer. The network layer is the third layer of the OSI model and is responsible for transmitting data between devices that are on different networks. Okay? It ensures that data can travel from one source to the destination even if they are not directly connected. Okay? And the transport layer is the fourth layer of the OSI model and is responsible for end-to-end delivery for data between devices. Okay? It ensures that the entire message is delivered correctly from the sender to the receiver, regardless of the network use. Okay? Next layer, we have a session layer. Okay? The session layer is the fifth layer of the OSI model and is responsible for establishing, managing, and terminating communication sessions between two devices. Okay? It ensures that a connection is properly set up before data is exchanged and properly closed after the communication ends. Okay? And next layer, we have the presentation layer. Okay? This layer of the OSI model is also known as a translation layer. Okay? It is responsible for preparing data so it can be properly understood by the receiving device. Okay? This layer takes data from the application layer and converts it into a suitable format for transmission. Okay? And last layer, we have application layer. Okay? The application layer is the seventh and top layer of the OSI model. Okay? It is the layer closest to the user and is responsible for providing network services to applications. Okay? This is where users interact with the network through software like web browsers, email clients, and messaging apps. Okay, so I have here an example. The scenario is sending a message on Facebook Messenger. Okay, imagine you send a message hello to your friend. Okay, the scenario shows that how the OSI model works when sending a message on Facebook Messenger, okay? Such as typing and sending hello to a friend. It starts the application layer where the user interacts with the app, and then the message then moves down through the presentation layer where it is formatted, and the session layer where maintains the connection between both users. Okay? Next, the transport layer ensures that the message is properly delivered, while the network layer decides the best route for the data. Okay? The data link layer handles local delivery between devices on the same network. Okay? And the physical layer converts the message into signals for transmission. Okay? So, on the receiver side, the process happens in reverse. Okay? The physical layer receives the signals, then each layer works upward, which is the data link, network, transportation, session, presentation, until it reaches the application layer. Okay? Where the message is finally displayed as hello on your friend's messenger app. Okay? This process shows how OSI layer plays an important role in ensuring smooth and accurate communication over a network. Okay? So, the OSI model is very useful in the field of hospitality administration because many hotel and restaurant services depend on network communication. Okay, one of the most common example is reservation systems. Okay, where guests book rooms online and the data is transmitted through networks to the hotel's database in real time. Okay, it is also used in point of sale systems in restaurants. Okay, where orders and payments are processed through connected devices. Other applications include guest Wi-Fi services, which allow customers to access the internet, and security systems such as CCTV and access control, okay, which rely on network communications for monitoring and safety. Okay. In addition, the OSI model helps IT staff in hotels to troubleshoot network problems more easily. Okay, by understanding each layer, they can identify where an issue occurs, whether it is in the physical connection or data transmissions or application services. Okay, in conclusion, the OSI model is a framework that explains how computers communicate within a network, with each layer performing a specific function to ensure smooth and organized data transmission. Okay, these layers work together to allow data move efficiently from one device to another. Okay, it is also very useful for IT professionals because it helps them easily identify, isolate, and troubleshoot network problems by understanding which layer is affected. Okay, so overall, the OSI model serves as a strong foundation for studying, designing, and managing network system. Okay, my recommendations that the OSI model can be applied as a guide to easily identify and troubleshoot network issues by determining which layer a problem occurs. Okay, making it faster to resolve. It is also helpful to practice mapping real-world network tools such as routers, switches, and protocols to their corresponding OSI layers to better understand how network function. Okay, so for the closing, that concludes my presentations. Thank you for your time and attention. Again, thank you so much for listening.